Chetty Bobby. Welcome to Wrasslin with Big E and the PODCAst, tag champs of the whole world, slamming like a DDT. Got it like just like a figure four. Hulk Hogan, all they do is flex. Talking wrestling while they get the dough. Off the top like a superplex. Think they letting up? Hell no. Dusty Rose with the elbow. From the corner like a stinging splash straight to the face. I know you felt those. Hey, y'all crying out for help though. Rising up like the dead man. About to go upside your head like Stone Cold with the bedpan. Bottom line, if you want the facts, welcome to Wrestling's where you need to be. Chetty Bobby, this show improved like John Cena, you ain't seeing me. Bottom line, if you want the facts, welcome to Wrestling's where you need to be. Chetty Bobby, this show improved like John Cena, you ain't seeing me. Yeah.
E, we're here for another episode of premium wrestling content. What's going on, brother?
What do you say, brother?
Hey, man, I want to start out by saying Happy Father's Day to you, brother. Like, from the bottom of my heart, dog. Like, I always told you before, man, I think you're a great dad, man. I love you. I swear, I'm being dead ass serious, man. Happy Father's Day to you, brother.
Bro, I appreciate that. And you know how I feel about you. My dog, happy Father's Day to you. You're a hell of a dad. Always have been, always been there. Proud of you. And enough of the mushy shit. It's welcome to wrestling. But happy Father's Day to you, brother, and happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there listening. And yeah, man, speaking of Father's Day, before we get started, today was a milestone. And, you know, I went and did my thing, selling my little merchandise and stuff today. And Evan went and got his learner's permit this morning.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
So I always was like, when I teach my kids how to drive, man, ain't going to be like, but I already knew how to drive by the time it was time to drive.
Right,
you know?
Right.
Because at 12 years old, over at my dad's house on the weekend, they was a little too hungover to take you to get something to eat or something, and he'd just throw you the truck keys. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, your boy learned early, but my mom was a nervous wreck, dog.
I bet.
And so when I got back, you know, it was so hot out there that I took me a little nap and told Evan to get out of that game. I said, we're going driving. And so we went out there, man. I let him pull out the driveway. We drove all around the damn, and I mean to tell you, I was a nervous wreck. Stop. I was doing all this shit my mom did.
You were hitting the brake and then you have a brake over there.
I would hit the brake, hitting him, grabbing the steering wheel. He scrubbed one of my rims up, you know what I'm saying? But he really did good, though. So, you know what I mean? He did good. We got a long way to go, but he did good, man. So,
hey, you got to start somewhere, bro.
If you're in the Lithonia area, beware and be careful. But shout out to Evan Jr., man.
That's what's up, bro.
Yeah, man. I'm proud of him, happy for him. You know, these kids today, they are not in a rush to get their driver's license. I never seen that.
No, they're not, because we was getting our license at 16. Like,
bro, on your birthday.
Yeah. It was time. It was time to parallel park. Go through the cones out of East back.
And you could parallel park a bus in those cones over there. You know,
right.
At Cobb County. Hey, Cobb County. But yeah, man, they are not in a hurry. So I'm glad he got them. You know, because I know on my 15th birthday, 16th birthday, I was at the DMV.
Hey, me and you both, brother.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. What do you want for your birthday? I want to go get my license. I want to get out of here.
Exactly.
I'm ready to hit the road. You know, but yeah, man. Hey, man, Night of Champions. We can just jump on into it and knock this little preview.
Hold on.
Go ahead, then.
We got it. It's episode 79, bro.
Wow. Okay.
We can't break our tradition.
You're right, because I just fell off big time, and that's my fault.
No, it's all good. You know what I mean? But you know, we got a 79.
We only got a few left. We only got a few left.
We only got a few left before we start doing rocket jock numbers.
Right.
But I'm gonna go ahead and say one, and don't make no face. Don't make no face.
Is it gonna leave a bitter taste in my mouth?
BJ Sanders, 79. Shout out BJ Sanders.
Hey, I ain't mad at that. That first day in the 10th grade, you know, they had me on offensive line for the first couple of days.
Yeah.
You remember? It was like the first day, and then because I was like, whoa, what am I doing over here? I'm supposed to be over there.
Yeah, right.
So the next day, everything was fixed. I got that blue jersey, went to defensive line. And, you know, of course, Friday, talking that junk. What are you doing over here? Well, you know, I'm good. He ain't really know my personality at the time. So he thought I was talking shit. Yeah, that was a rough day, dog. That was a rough day. And BJ was part of it. Because when you got BJ and Luke double teaming you in the 10th grade.
Hey, and then you got to think that year we just had them. We had Chad Riddle, Lionel Jones, Reggie Redding. Yeah, man.
And then me and Lloyd and me, Lloyd, Merrill, and Whit Smith. Because you was in the line, you was still at the linebackers.
Yeah, I was that year. I was playing DN.
Yeah.
Outside linebackers.
He was over there with Coach Johnson.
Yeah, with Rob and what's that? Patrick Bledsoe and Hayes Clayton, the big dog.
Yeah. With damn old Coach Johnson. Hey man, Coach Johnson was cool though.
Out there looking like Steve Martin and shit. You know?
He was, and he ain't. If he got excited, the only thing he go, damn it. That's the only cuss word he would say. Him and Coach Connor. It don't make a damn, gentleman. If
what is opportunity cost?
Hey, because we only had him in spring. He was gone by the time we got this. He was gone.
He was gone by the time, like you said, when we got this.
Yeah, because actually Coach Camp coached the offensive line that year.
Yeah.
Come on, darling.
Yeah, sure.
But from Rome, Georgia. Marty Lund?
Yeah, I was just about to say that. It was like, who's that? Arn Anderson. Oh, what? Yeah, but I say he was mean as a snake. I was like, well, damn.
Yeah, we was deep on that D line though. Absolutely. And then you end up coming over there.
Right.
And then Lloyd, Whit and Lloyd. Well, Lloyd left the school. Whit quit playing after that year.
Right.
Yeah. And we were still deep.
Right.
Yeah. We almost turned it into a American Football Legends episode real quick.
Right.
But yeah, man, shout out to Big BJ, man. But episode 79. I ain't even thinking no pro that was 79.
I was trying to, man. I'm sure some all pro left tackle Hall of Famer that we
right. They played in
we actually missed a lot of them in the 70s because I just thought about like Anthony Muñez, for example. Wasn't he like 77, you know?
Yeah.
So
and we sitting there talking about Michael Allen. Miles College's finest. You know what I'm saying? I had had 3 pancakes and 1 reception.
Oh man.
Oh shit. Hey man, Night of Champions. WWE's going back to Saudi Arabia. And got a good card, so to speak. We got us a triple threat match now. We got some replacements with injuries, with Rhea Ripley being injured. And it looked like Carmelo got injured on SmackDown. I'm not sure, but that's what it looks like.
That turnbuckle bump he took.
Yeah. So, I mean, it could be part of the storyline, but if it is, they sold it good.
Right.
With him being injured. But anyway, man, we're going to go through the card, talk about what we think, and leave it at that for episode 79, man. It's the Night of Champions preview. So let's start with the King of the Ring and the Queen of the Ring. So, here we are with Liv and Io Sky. We talked about this last week about not really understanding why Liv is in the King of the Ring when she's the champ. You know what I mean? So, and if you think about it, since WrestleMania, she hasn't really wrestled that much.
No, not at all.
Right. So it's like, I don't know if you're just, I don't know what they're doing. I don't, because it's like, if Io wins, she just beat the champ and she's the #1 contender. So is that going to feed into I just beat you, so I definitely going to beat you at SummerSlam or whatever? Like,
yeah,
it was a weird.
I kind of look at it like there's several different ways they could have went about this, right? You know, they didn't have to do this in a Queen in the Ring tournament,
right,
to get to where they're going, right? So, I mean, we just assuming. I still don't see Liv winning. You know, I see Io winning.
What did you say? Assume.
Assume, right? Shout out Coach Gaywood. But
shout out to Teddy boy.
Yes, sir. But so it looks like that's what they're doing, right? Where Io gonna beat her, and then they're gonna do the rematch at SummerSlam. But I think, and it just, I know SummerSlam's still a month and a half away, or but I think what they're gonna do is Io's gonna win this one, Queen of the Ring, but I don't see her winning the title from Liv. I think because I mean, even though we have seen title changes that's been quick. I mean, it's WWE, but
right.
I don't see them doing that. I think Io's gonna win, and then somehow Liv gonna end up winning at SummerSlam, whether it's shenanigans or whatever the case may be. But my prediction for this one is gonna be Io.
You're right. And I'm right there with you. I just trying to make sense of the whole thing. You know what I'm saying?
It don't make no sense, right? I mean, we talked about it before. So I don't, I'm kind of surprised that Charlotte didn't win.
Right.
With it being, I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on.
Well, you need to talk to your sources and get it together. You're a broadcast journalist now. It's welcome to wrestling.
You're right, but they act clueless as well. They're like, I don't know what the hell's going on.
Right. Hey, let's talk. So Rhea Ripley's been removed from the card. She was on the what do you call it? The sticker, the
poster or whatever.
Yeah, the poster, whatever the fuck.
Yeah, whatever
Right. So they removed her and added Tiffy Stratton. So it's gonna be Stratton and Jade for the title. So one thing I do know is that wig is gonna be on extra tight.
Yeah, bring that back up.
You know, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Because one thing about long hair in wrestling, long hair adds to your when you do the snapbacks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you get hit and punch and all that stuff. When
Right.
your hair goes flying, it really adds to the nostalgia. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But you got Liv, who's the champ over there in the Queen of the Ring. You put her in the Queen of the Ring finals, and she's the champion, which is crazy. And then Jade is that's like the only title contender you have. I know she just lost the belt, but she stays on these cards. You know what I'm saying? The match with her and Rhea was great. You know what I'm saying? So we definitely got to see what it's going to be like with Tiffy time and see if it's just Rhea's that good or Jade just getting that good, getting better and better and better. So we'll find out.
Right.
I don't know. Do you see Jade going over?
I'm gonna say no, which it really I'm trying to make sense of all this stuff, right? The reason why I'm gonna say no is because I feel like Jade is above the US title.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they had to pivot because of Rhea's injury.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they just doing this to kind of, like you said, Jade is getting the spotlight. I think they're just pivoting, and because we know her, Tiffy they worked in the past, which
they got history.
History. So I mean, I guess it makes sense. But I don't see. I mean, they may give the title to Jade, but Tiffy just won the title. Maybe it's gonna be shenanigans. I hate to say that, but it seems like all their damn matches, especially as of late, been shenanigans. So I don't think that Tiffy gonna beat Jade clean. It's gonna be, even though Tiffy's the face, but maybe the B-Fab and Michin may backfire, or maybe Charlotte and Alexa may come back into play. Okay, remember they cost her the match,
right?
With Rhea the last time they went 1-on-1. So maybe that would come back into play for the reason why she won't win the women's US title. So I think maybe that would happen. I don't see her winning this match because I think they're going to keep her somehow in the world title, the WWE women's title picture, and make this. They just had to do a pivot, but I don't know.
Yeah. No, I'm with you on that one. Shout out to mention she's the newest guest on the Stephanie McMahon's podcast.
Oh.
Yeah, and I heard a couple of good things about it. I ain't listened to it yet. But it's supposed to be real good, and she's got a crazy story. You know what I'm saying? So crazy good story, you know what I mean? Not like, woman crazy, but
I like her for multiple reasons, but she's also buddies with my girlfriend Jada Parker, so I'm all for that.
Yeah. Well, you need to talk to your girl because she be taking pictures with this one guy, and they look like they did. Yeah.
No yeet.
All right, well, let's go to the King of the Ring finals. We called Jey Uso being in the finals. We did not call Obafemi being in the finals. So I'm definitely picking Jey over Oba. It's definitely going to be bloodline. They're not going to be in Saudi Arabia and not have the bloodline there. Now I don't know if Roman Reigns is going to be there. I'm not thinking so, but you're gonna have some kind of interference with Jacob or something. Jacob and Big Jim. You might have Solo come out there, because it looks like it wasn't good. The MFTs end up losing the tag team championship match because of Solo. It ain't looking good, you know what I'm saying? Even though he pushed Buddy out the way, he pushed Tala Tonga out the way and caught the caught that clothesline from Damian Priest or whatever he did to him, but it ain't looking good. So I don't know. I'm still backing my other theory that they all gonna turn on Roman.
Yeah,
but it looks like they're headed back to one being the one accord for the time being anyway.
Right.
So it ain't no telling what's gonna happen, but I don't see Obafemi. You got unfinished business with Brock Lesnar, so and it's hard to just say who's gonna win and who's not gonna win when you don't look at what's already planned in the storylines for him anyway.
I agree. I really believe that. That being said, you saying that it's gonna be some type of interference from Bloodline. I think it's gonna be Brock Lesnar.
Oh, that could be too.
I mean, because you notice Oba still been talking about Brock, even when when he beat Dominic, he grabbed the mic and he talked about I'm gonna beat Win King in the ring, but yet he still mentioned Brock Lesnar.
I'd have loved to see Dominic and Jey Uso go at it for about 20, 25 minutes.
Yeah.
That would have been real good, but well, not like they would give them 25 minutes, but about 15. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. So that's a big possibility, and plus it's in Saudi Arabia. They want the stars out,
right?
And they pay the big bucks.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, so
yes, they do. Which it could be a little of both. Because the Bloodline obviously gonna be there. Maybe they come out and do something, and maybe Oba fight them off, right? And then yes. And then they might do some weird thing with Paul Heyman where it's like, okay, I'm not a part of Bloodline no more, but favor for a favor or something.
Right.
Who knows, right? Who knows?
Right.
But because Paul Heyman obviously have history with the Bloodline, so maybe somehow all that's gonna come into play. Which I'm kind of curious to see how that's gonna play out.
Yeah, I am too. And we'll get off this for a second and talk about the Bloodline for a minute, if you don't mind. They're pushing that heel. They're faces, but they're pushing that heel. They straddling the fence, especially with Monday with the sending Jacob off the top rope twice. You know what I'm saying? First telling him no, like acting like he was getting along with AP, and then next thing you know, he tells him to what to do, and he runs right back in there. And then they tell him one more time, he runs back in there again. So because Roman be talking that shit.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
They definitely straddling the fence of heel babyface. They get the babyface pops, but they got heel actions going on right now. Right. And that man and Jay's in a bad mood all the time.
Man, he's a loose cannon right now.
Yeah.
The only one that's really like a face right now is Big Jim.
Right.
But even he's still kind of like, but he's the one that seems to be level-headed now.
His first reaction is not a heel reaction.
Right.
Because he was the only one that went to dap up, the comedian. Well, of course, Roman did, but then you see what happened. But Big Jim was like, yeah,
what's up? Yeah.
But
Jay just looked at him, and then you saw what we all know what Jacob did, but he touched that Ula Fala.
Did you see what Jacob did last week though?
Yeah, I bet.
I don't even think we should talk about it.
You said we shouldn't?
No, we'll Well, you know he's from Cali.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's from the Bay.
Yeah.
He came up rough. You know what I'm saying? He wears a lot of red. You know what I'm saying? But he was throwing that shit up in the ring. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, did you see it?
I
think I sent it to you. But he's throwing that blood shit up there like shit crazy. And it was like he did it like he was talking to somebody, like he tried to do it real slick while the camera was on it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm gonna send it to you again. But anyway, yeah, man, they definitely straddling the fence.
Yeah.
So, like it's tomorrow, anything can happen next week.
Right.
Anything can happen. So, but let's go to Trick Williams and Ricky Starks for the U.S. title.
Ricky Starks, huh?
Ricky Saints. Ricky Starks, Ricky Saints.
Absolute.
You know, I almost just said fuck. Anyway, Ricky Saints, Ricky Starks, Pretty Ricky. I'm fighting Pretty Ricky Conlon.
The Creed reference, y'all. Creed.
Right. That damn Ricky Conlon beat the shit out of Adonis though, but he pained him. He pained him way worse than Paulo did Rocky. Gotta cut my eye, Mick.
Yeah, cut me.
I don't want to do it. Oh man.
Over Rocky eyes are closed. Like,
Right. I can't see nothing, gotta open my eye. You know what I'm saying? He said, I don't want to do it.
Too.
Cut me. Man, we can't talk about the Rocky series, bro. We'll be here all night.
Yeah, right.
But so Ricky Saints, you know, on the main roster. I don't see him winning the US title. I don't see that happening that fast. I see it being a good match. You know, Trick Williams gonna look like a powerhouse against him, but you know, Ricky will be flying all over the place. Hey man, Trick is a big dude though.
Yeah.
Like he's bigger than I thought he was. No did he? Not like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But that's a big dude. Did you see the little white kid the other day that had the fur coat and everything on in the crowd?
No, but you you know, they both came up around the same time. Of course, Trick was before Ricky, but they both had recent matches in NXT.
Right.
You know, of course, Oba, Trick, Ricky, Javon Evans. So their chemistry should be on point because it's not like they never worked together. They recently
they know each other, yeah.
Yeah. So that should be entertaining.
They know Ricky, he came from AEW.
Right.
I know he's real close to Cody. I don't know if he came from the Nightmare Factory or not. You know, that'll be your department. But yeah, man, I think it'll be a quick match, big, powerful match, but I don't see Ricky Starks going over. Ricky Saints. Stark Saints.
I agree. I agree. I think they're gonna.
It'll be clean too. It'll be the one of the cleanest matches we'll have, as far as the finish.
I think Trick probably gonna have a pretty lengthy U.S. title reign. Could be wrong. We know WWE, but the way the crowd responding to him, and you know, and I really think
over the entrance.
right. And plus, I don't think Kamar. Now we don't know. Again, you mentioned Carmelo Hayes could possibly be injured. We don't know, but I don't see Carmelo Hayes going away anytime soon.
Right.
So maybe they're gonna dive deeper into Carmelo Trick, or maybe they can keep the three of them going. I don't know, but I agree with you. I don't think Ricky's gonna. I think Trick's gonna go over and retain the title and Night of Champions.
Retain the title. Okay. All right. We got 2 matches left, and I think they're gonna be. They might be the most important ones, and that Braun Breaker Seth Rollins steel cage match. I think you're gonna really see Braun Breaker like really, really show out, and Seth is just gonna do what Seth do, man. Every time he gets the foot in that ring, and that's perform. But he gonna bring the best out of Braun Breaker, and this is big for Braun because he's still early in his career. It ain't like he done did. He ain't Terry Gordy. I did 1,000 of these steel cage matches and won every daggone one of them. He's early in the game.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So,
I know we talked about these cage matches before, and I like when they had these gimmick matches, cage matches. Obviously, Hell in a Cell, but to me, like a Hell in a Cell is how the cage matches used to be back in the day, right?
Right. How they should.
Yeah, and WWE always had the cage matches where, even back when they had the blue cages and all that, where it's like you escape out of the cage. We talked about this, where it's like NWA, it was like, no, the cage is meant to keep y'all inside, y'all fight to the death. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It ends the feud, so the narrative is like, okay, that's still the narrative, like they're going to the cage. But it's like, yeah, but somebody's gonna walk out the door or climb out. Now there's also pin and submit now, which back in the day in the 80s in WWE, there wasn't no referee. It was like you climb out of the cage, but or you walk out the door. So hopefully we'll get some old school stuff where they throw them up against the cage, and I would like to get some color, but we know how that is these days.
Arabia, dude. They're liable to do anything out there.
Well, yeah. Well, we'll see. 'Cause a lot of times if they get color, it'd be because they got busted open the hard way, right?
Right.
So hopefully we get to see an old school cage match, especially with them two. Like I said, Seth gonna perform. Seth always performs, and we both love Braun Breaker. And I just think that they have to come to some type of, like, they've been doing this feud for a little while now, and they had to come to some breaking point now. So this is the cage. So maybe they'll do something very dynamic. I'm looking forward to this one.
Okay. All right. So as far as the division goes, you don't have Logan Paul, you have Austin Theory. You know what I'm saying? So is he going to be a part of it? Is he going to try to do something? Because then you got the Street Profits.
Right.
Do the Street Profits turn on Seth, cost Seth the match? You know what I'm saying?
That'd be something.
Yeah.
That would be something, wouldn't it?
It would be, but also I don't necessarily like that they be involved if this is supposed to end the feud and they move on. Because that's what the cage match is supposed to be, right?
Right.
End all be all.
But to your point, at which I agree, but they love shenanigans, which this can be their way to get Seth off the division.
That's why I think that the Trick Williams will be probably one of the only matches that get a clean pin.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody's got to win clean. You know what I mean?
Right.
So So what do you say? So you saying that Braun Breaker's gonna go over and win? Is that
That's
who you pick?
hard. That's hard to say, man, because hard for me to go against Seth, but I just feel like Seth don't need these victories.
Right.
Like if Braun Breaker beats Seth, I don't. I mean, again, I'm biased because I'm a huge Seth fan, but where Seth is at with the company, I don't think that's going to hurt Seth.
Right. Because he's
He's
always going
still,
to be in the main event picture.
yeah, he's still Seth Rollins.
Right.
So, but I don't think that, again, like we're saying, yeah, it's a cage match, but it's still going to be, they showed that they still going to have shenanigans in cage matches.
Right. That's true.
You know, so if Braun wins, it's going to be shenanigans. But for a way for them to end this feud some kind of way is what you said. I didn't think about it that way, but it sounds like something that they can do that'll be dynamic and be a swerve that nobody will see coming except you. And that is, you know, where Montez, or maybe it only be Dawkins, because you remember Dawkins and Montez Ford, they was kind of going against each other for a while there with this whole Seth thing. Now Montez embraced him.
Yeah.
Well, maybe he could be reeling him in,
right,
only to betray him.
Right. And it could have been something all along that they was just planning.
Right.
What if they joined the Vision?
Ooh. Well, that'd be something, but then that mean that feud
gives
will
them a chance
continue.
to change their whole look up though, and get away from that. You know what I'm saying? And get away from the silly stuff. You know,
I mean,
your boy Dawkins is in shape, so he gets some different stuff he can do now.
Right.
As far as your gear goes, when you're a big guy, you know you got to take precautions. You can't wear it. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't trying to be funny because I myself am a big guy, so I know what I'm talking about. But look at the Dusty Rhodes draws and look at everybody else's draws. Dusty Rhodes draws about that thick. You know what I'm saying? They're about 10, 12 inches thick. They went all the way up. You know what I'm saying? All the way up to that scar.
Yeah.
Because you ain't trying to have no mishap.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That belly get to moving and stuff, you know, clothes get to moving. Hey, that's why most big guys wear some kind of singlet under their stuff so there's nothing happens.
Absolutely.
You know, last thing you want to do is splash somebody, you be 400 pounds and your whole ass crack is hanging out. You know what I'm saying? So there's some different stuff he can do with his gear now.
Well, you know, I agree. I agree. But to me, I mean, he's definitely in better shape now than what he was. You can tell he's been working. But he never was sloppy fat though. You know what I mean? He just wasn't put together like the rest of them.
And you got to imagine, like, go in that locker room, and then you got Montez Ford right next to you, change your clothes, and he got abs.
You got LA Knight, Seth Rollins.
You see all these guys built to the brim, and you like, man, you finna go out there.
He look like a regular dude, right?
Yeah, he look like the dude that just showed up at the pool party that, you know, everybody else go to the gym and he don't.
Yeah.
But he wasn't, but like I say, he wasn't sloppy or nothing. But
but you're right though. He ain't built like them guys.
Right.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
And you gotta have, as a big guy anyway, you gotta have a lot of pride to be able to walk around with your shirt off. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
That's true.
Hey, I can't wear the shirt while I go swimming in the pool. I don't know how they do it. I can't do it. I'm loud and proud. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you like the drum, you know?
Right. Yeah, if you will. Hey, ride around with baby dog.
You got that like Big Murdoch, you know what I mean? Hey, or Adrian Adonis.
No. Hold your horses. Back her up there, pal.
He had to draw the line somewhere.
Yeah. And you know me, I'm all about being compared to a wrestler, but I don't necessarily, agree with that one. So,
well, before that gimmick though, you know what I mean? He wasn't that. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but yeah, that gimmick right there was
remember before that gimmick. They remember honest.
Well, he was Adrian Down before that.
Yeah, but not the one he was later on. Paved the way for a lot of people today. You know what I'm saying?
All right, let's move on from that.
Well, he be like this. He was doing the open pivot strut way before open pivot would do it. That's gimmick infringement.
Oh man.
All right. Well, damn, we're gonna have maybe we can disagree on the next one because I'm with you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I think Braun Breaker wins. He needs it. He needs the wins to build up his persona that he's building right now. Seth Rollins needs nothing but to show up and keep doing what he's doing. And, Hall of Fame career already. So, we just the company is still just lucky to have him.
Right.
Because you think about a manpower that they've lost and they're going to lose here soon, that's one that you want to keep happy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And not saying that he would leave or anything, because I think he's a WWE guy for life, but you want to keep him happy to where he's active.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, well, look, man, main event, triple threat. You had Gunther and Cody on SmackDown. Sammy, the special guest referee, ended up costing Gunther the match. Now we got a triple threat match. It's the perfect time now. It's in Saudi Arabia. Sammy gonna have that stuff on his trunks and on his tights. You know what I'm saying? Dude, can you imagine?
I was thinking,
but could you imagine?
Yeah, I was thinking about this earlier too, because I was like, if not now, then when? Or will they ever pull that trigger? Will they ever pull that trigger? And they may never pull that trigger. May never pull that trigger. But if not now, then when?
Then if it's not now or sometime very soon, then it's never.
Yeah. So with all that being said, I'm going with Cody.
It seems like the easiest bet.
Because
it ain't gonna be the biggest payout. Hey, and by the way, we did a horrible job on the intro today. Go to ProWrestlingTees.com/welcome to wrestling and get you a t-shirt, man. Got 3 different designs, more on the way. ProWrestlingTees.com/welcome to wrestling.
And if you haven't subscribed, like, or comment, please subscribe. Please like the video. And we would love interaction. If you disagree with something we say, hey, let us know. Or if you agree with us or you have suggestions or maybe even a topic that you would like to hear, tell us. We would definitely love to hear from y'all.
Absolutely. And but yeah, man, let's wrap it up real quick. I want to talk about one more thing after we talk about the triple threat match.
I got a quick thing too, but I'll let you go first.
All right. As far as Cody goes, like I say, it's the easiest bet. It's the safe bet. I'd love to see Sammy get the title at least once. I don't see how you have a guy like that that's done as much as he's done and not get rewarded with at least one title run.
Right.
It's not like he's 5'6". He's proven to hang with everybody you put him in the ring with. from Jackass to Roman Reigns. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, where's the payoff at? It's got to be soon, and it just doesn't seem like it just makes sense for it to be. So fuck it. I'm going with Sammy to get the ultimate upset and become the new WWE champion for like a week.
You know, there's
Cody back at a house show.
Right. Well, you know, there's a couple things to think about, right? So I don't see Gunther winning because Jey Uso. We both talked about Obafemi Jey Uso, and we both agreed Jey going over, right?
Right.
So the SummerSlam main event, I'm thinking it's going to be Jey versus Cody, but it could also be Jey versus Sammy. You notice they had a little segment backstage.
Yeah.
That would make some type of sense because of their history. Now,
Right.
Jey and Gunther have history as well, but I just don't see them going that direction right now. Right. So it, to me, I'm using process elimination. It's either going to be Cody or Sammy.
Right.
So it'll be nice to get Sammy, but I'm still.
Does Sammy make it to SummerSlam though with the title?
Well, that's a great point as well. So
does he make it that far?
But I mean, maybe not. But I mean, that's a great point. Maybe not. Maybe win the title, they throw him a bone, and like you said, and you know, maybe the following week on SmackDown or something, he'll lose. I don't know, but
you give him SmackDown the first week to do his promo, come out there, thank everybody, get emotional, do his little speech. Cody comes out there. I'm happy for you, this, and this, but I want my rematch. Cody turns heel, and you get your heel turn right before SummerSlam.
Yeah, that definitely ain't gonna happen because it wouldn't make sense for Cody to turn heel and go against Jey Uso.
Right, when Jey Uso is right on that heel fence.
Yeah. But you know, that'd be cool though. That would be cool.
But it don't make sense to do it now.
Yeah.
But it does make sense to give Sammy that title now. So
I agree with you.
Yeah. This is like betting on a horse know it's gonna lose, so I'm not gonna bet a whole lot, but I'm gonna bet it on Sammy.
All right.
Give me $5 on Sammy to win the title.
I know that's right.
Yeah. Hey, but before and that's our, like I say, if you got different predictions, man, let us know. Put them in the comments. Send us an email at Wrasslin@gmail.com. Wrasslin@gmail.com. So, first week of July, we got Dark Side of the Ring coming back. And I want to give you the lineup.
Okay.
The first two episodes are Jeff Jarrett and his TNA run.
Oh.
And they take everything from the beginning to the end.
Okay.
The third episode is Samoa Joe against the Necro Butcher.
Ooh.
In Ring of Honor. Now, I know I've seen one match that they had. I know they've had two or maybe three, but I've only seen one, and it was pretty nasty. And it a DDT onto the foot. It was nasty. Fourth episode, you got the Big Boss Man, Ray Traylor.
Oh, that'll be interesting.
Right. Next episode is Renegade Rick Wilson. Now, let me finish this, and I want to talk about a few of them. And just remember Renegade Rick Wilson. The next one, you have Paul Orndorff. Then we have Missy Hyatt. Then we have Zach Gowen. Zach Gowen is the season finale.
Okay.
When I look at these lineups and the way Dark Side of the Ring has been, when I see somebody I don't know, I get excited because the story is always crazy.
Right.
Because you'll have that one episode of somebody you're not familiar with, and the story is just ridiculous. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's one of the major ones I'm looking forward to. The Jeff Jarrett one, the trailer that I saw, I'm definitely looking forward to those 2 episodes. I'm looking forward to all of them, but the trailer for the Jeff Jarrett ones was kind of intense. The Samoa Joe and Necro Butcher, I'd love to hear what they have to say about that. They got Tony Khan actually on Dark Side of the Ring this year, doing some interviews and stuff. No Dutch Mantel, and he's so good at that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. He's a great talker, like telling stories, and I'm kind of looking forward to the Missy Hyatt one.
Yeah,
because they going. I'm sure they're gonna dive into a little bit of hot stuff, Eddie Gilbert, and all of that. So I'm kind of looking forward to hers.
You think hot stuff is one of the first deaths that really hits you during wrestling?
Yeah, especially for our age and when it happened, because it wasn't like I mean, yeah, that definitely was one that was like, whoa.
There was no internet, there's no nothing back then. There's just, you know what I'm saying? So it's like they would talk about it, and you notice you didn't see him for a while, and next thing you know, he's gone.
Right.
You know what I mean? So yeah, I would just thought like that was one of the first ones that I think about because there's so many after that. You know what I mean?
It was Hot Stuff, Eddie Gilbert, and then Gino Hernandez as well. But Hot Stuff hit me a little different because we kind of saw him more on TV than we did. I know Gino was world class, but like we've been watching Crockett and all of that NW. We've been watching that for a long time.
Right. And world class was hit or miss. Like it was on, you're not going to get to see it during football season because by the time you get home, then you forget about it sometimes.
Right.
But it was on ESPN. You know what I mean?
Right.
But yeah, it wasn't like you was sitting there watching that every week. You couldn't.
Right.
You know what I mean? Come on at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Right.
You had to come home and do Miss Rasmussen's homework. What a looker. But yeah, man, damn, that was cold. Shame on me. But the Big Boss Man. Oh, Missy Hyatt, first of all, I wonder if they're gonna show People's Court with her and Fonzie.
Ooh. That'll be interesting.
Yeah, very interesting. But I don't know, man. She got a story to tell, and stuff with the ECW stuff, and it's a lot. It's a lot there. It's a lot of stories told about Missy Hyatt, and they are, and they ain't the ones that you want to tell your mom about who you bringing home. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's a lot there. She was Sunny before Sunny. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Samoa Joe and the Necro Butcher, I can't wait to hear what they say about that, because from what I've heard, they didn't one of them didn't want to have the match in the first place. And they pretty much just beat each other up. You know what I'm saying? So I'm very interested to seeing that. Big Boss Man will be good. I'm sure they'll get into talking about what, because he died early, real early.
Yeah, he did.
So Paul Orndorff, I'm curious.
Yeah.
Because the dark side of the ring is supposed to be dark.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure you would assume that they're gonna cover that whole incident he had with Vader that we've been hearing about. I know that was later on in his career and all that when that happened, but I'm kind of looking forward to hearing, because you hear different sides of the story, and I'm kind of curious to see how they're gonna tackle that. If they tackle that. But you would think they would, because that was high profile.
I'm not trying to be funny, but just the stuff you've seen, it seems like, Vader was the biggest one out there and getting bullied. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, outside the ring, right? But when you get in the ring, he beating everybody up, and they like, dude, like, your gloves stink. You ain't washing your gear, and you're 450 pounds and you work stiff as hell,
Right.
but then you hear about what's been happening in the locker room and it's like, well, so are you just tough in the ring?
Right. The last one, the season finale, is Zach Gowen. He wrestled for a little bit in WWE, had the one leg, and that one's going to be interesting to see.
Right.
See how he was treated and whatnot. So yeah, I can't. I love all the dark. I watched almost every one of them. I think we both have, and that series right there has created wrestling fans.
Yeah. Even my brother like watching Dark Side of the Ring.
Like, I don't think they get enough credit for what they're really putting out there. So yeah, man, shout out to everybody involved in Dark Side of the Ring. And yep, next month, July, right around the corner. So well, hey man, let's wrap it up. What you got to talk about?
So I want to talk about Jada Parker and Natty real quick.
Okay.
They had a match on NXT, man, and I was very impressed. I mean, Natty's gonna be Natty.
Yeah.
But they had like an old school wrestling match. It wasn't a whole lot of strikes as far as punching and kicking and punching, and they had a wrestling match. I mean, there were strikes. They slapped each other a couple times, but it looked real. Like they had a real wrestling match. And I felt like Jada Parker grew up. I felt like she really held her own in this match. I was really impressed, man, while watching it. Of course, Natty won the match,
right?
But it was I was really impressed though, like with Jada's wrestling moves, like the move set, and of course, Natty. She's Natty, so she probably wrestled with any of them. But it was very impressive, and I feel like Jada to me showed that she has a bright future. And I don't know how much longer she's gonna be in NXT, but I really felt like they really hit a home run with that match. Then I heard Natty the same night on Buster Open with Bully, and they talked about it. And of course, a lot of that still kayfabe of far as what she was saying. But Natty said this. Take this with a grain of salt. She said she been in WWE 19 years. She said that's the hardest she has been hit in WWE in 19 years. She said Jada Parker hit her the hardest she has been hit in 19 years, dog.
Wow. Well, I tell you this. They did the stuff where Jada went and jumped Natty in the dungeon 2.0 where she does the training and stuff, and she had the invite in there. Maybe that's what they were looking for. Maybe this is what be sending her off out of NXT.
Right.
Because if she's working with Natty, it's almost like who else is there left for her to work with?
Right.
Yeah. And that probably was the last test to see if she could hang and do this and do that. So maybe she's on her way to the main roster finally.
I hope so, man.
I do too, man. I don't mind seeing her every Monday, every Friday.
I mean, that's my girlfriend, man. She's my favorite diva / women's wrestler WWE ever. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's been a lot of them, like the Mickey James and the Sasha Banks and the whoever, Nikki Bellas and Liv Morgan and Trish Stratus and Naomi's and there's a bunch of them. A lot of them are beautiful women and a lot of them can work. I'm not saying Jada's the best worker. She's my numero uno.
Yeah, no doubt.
I'm not afraid to say it. I'm not afraid to say it. I will say it today. I will say it tomorrow. I will say it next week. I will say it a year from now. So I really hope that she get her chance because I love her character, her gimmick. I like how she like don't take no crap from nobody, and she'll be like, whatever. I'm out the mud, yada yada yada, and she gangster with it. You know what I mean? And and the crowd loves her. In NXT, which we see how that carries over in the main roster. Look at Trick. Look at Oba, and I'm not saying she's gonna be Trick or Oba, but I'm saying though, like they, normally how they react to them in NXT is how they react to them when they get on the main roster. So hopefully, to your point, she working with Natty. Like I said, who else is left? Hopefully she be the next one called up, and she get her shot, sink or swim. I think she's ready though. But that match, and they may have another one. I don't know. But
yeah,
I felt like that match. I really watched and analyzed that match, and it was a wrestling match though. It wasn't no phony. Like it didn't look too rehearsed. It looked like a real wrestling match, old school wrestling match, and I was really impressed by that. So I wanted to point that out.
Okay then. All right. Well, like I said, we'll definitely be looking for her. So when we come back next week, man, we'll be talking Night of Champions and giving the review and beef up some storylines and see what we're working with,
Absolutely.
And then we'll get into some more topics, and we're gonna start covering AEW a little bit more than we have been, and get back to talking some indie stuff too. So a lot going on in the Welcome to Wrestling world. Appreciate y'all joining us and be with us. Like my man said earlier, like, comment, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Hey, brother, sending out in the books. Welcome to Wrestling.
Welcome to Wrestling.
Hey, RIP the country.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Welcome to Wrestling, Chetty Bobby. Welcome to Wrestling with Big E and the PODCAST, tag champs of the whole world, slamming like a DDT. Got it like just like a figure four. Hulk Hogan, all they do is flex. Talking wrestling while they get the dough. Off the top like a superplex. Think they letting up? Hell no. Dusty Rose with the elbow. From the corner like a stinging splash straight to the face. I know you felt those. Hey, y'all crying out for help though. Rising up like the dead man. About to go upside your head like Stone Cold with the bedpan. Bottom line, if you want the facts, welcome to Wrestling where you need to be. Chetty Bobby, this show improved like John Cena, you ain't seeing me. Bottom line, if you want the facts, welcome to Wrestling where you need to be. Chetty Bobby, this show improved like John Cena, you ain't seeing me. Yeah.